That's really, we're gonna cancel one day. No sense in having another one 7 days later. And the judge wasn't gonna be here the 24th, the reason why we went to the first.
So y'all can have the meeting.
So yeah, it would be better if we're all here.
All right, you want to make that in the form of motion?
I did.
All right, do you have a motion, there's a second for that? Motion, there's a second, any other discussion on that? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All righty then, let's go into, item numbers, let's go back up to item number 13, canvass of precinct return on November 3rd, 2020 general election. Jennifer, you want to visit with us about that?
In your packet, I gave everybody the summary results as well as precinct results. Mine's not here. I'm sorry. So Limestone County had 9,156 votes cast in this election. Of those votes, 778 were mailed, 6,151 were early voting by personal appearance, 2,224 election day. You see 3 miscellaneous, those are original ballots that were counted according to the election code. Does anybody have any questions?
One is a girl that's been, this election that you had, what is it, a girl named Kelly?
Yes, sir. There were no ballots cast from that incident. The incident was the deadline to register to vote for this election was October 5th. Prior to October 5th, I received applications to register to vote, not applications ballot by mail, applications to register to vote. I noticed irregularities, called the Secretary of State, informed them, and submitted the information to the DA's office at that time. But they were registrations to vote, not registrations to vote by mail.
I move we approve the canvass of precinct returns on November 3rd.
Second. We do have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on this? If not, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Wait just a minute. For the record,
I'm almost done. On that.
so, we have Commissioner Forrest voting aye and Commissioner Allen abstaining from voting. Okay. We've done the vote, so that motion will pass, and we will accept those election results. Okay. Let's go now to item 17, and that's discuss and take action on renewal of City of Mahia ambulance service agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is a service agreement that we do each year to provide ambulance service there that they will, and we pay them to do this, to go outside the City of Mahia and help support the ambulance need out in the county. Anybody want to go into one of this agreement?
I'll make a motion.
We do have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Now for discussion. You want to? You okay?
I was just saying, was it the same exact?
Yeah, it's the exact same as we always do. Okay, we do have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 18, discuss and take action on renewal of the Gibson Memorial Library contract. Once again, that's something that we do each year. As y'all know, they have reopened the Gibson Memorial Library during I think last week. We agreed to pay them $8,000. So that's what we budgeted. So
I move we approve that agreement.
motion in a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, let's see what time it is. I think we got a little bit of time. Okay. Discuss and take action on a resolution recognizing December 1st, 2020, the Trio Angels Day in Limestone County. I will go ahead and real quick and read this resolution. This will be done right before Commissioners Court recognizes December 1st, 2020 as Trio Angels Day in Limestone County. Whereas People Against Violent Crimes initiated the first Tree of Angels in Austin, Texas in 1991, whereas Limestone County Commissioners Court recognized the holiday season is a particularly difficult time for the crime victims and their families. Whereas this special day honors surviving victims and victims' families by making it possible for loved ones to bring an angel ornament to place on a special tree. The Tree of Angels is a reverent forum that expresses love and support for the crime victims within our community. And whereas the Tree of Angels has been officially registered with the United States Office of Patents and Trademarks to provide crime victims ownership with their own event in December. And whereas Governor Greg Abbott has declared the first week of December 2020 as Tree of Angel Week, now therefore be it resolved that Limestone County Commissioners Court declared December the 1st, 2020, the Tree of Angels Day in Limestone County, Richardson County, Georgia. Is that something y'all would like to go ahead and approve?
I'll make that motion.
Second. Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. As bad as I hate to do it, I'd like to get into the closing of this road, but I'm afraid that's going to take a little bit longer. Well, that's going to be our open session here in a second. Let's go ahead then and I tell you what. Yeah. Close enough, 10 o'clock.
It is 10.
It is 10 o'clock. All right. At this time, we're going to go ahead and move to item number 24. And 24 is going to be a public hearing on the closure of LCR 897. Do we have anybody here? Or first off, does the commissioners have any questions, thoughts, or concerns? And then if not, then we will open it up to the public and let y'all say yay or nay if y'all would like to have this road closed. Okay? Any commissioners that would like to speak? That being the case, do we have anybody here that wants to speak on behalf of yes or no on the, who would like to go first? Or do you represent everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and I'll give y'all, are you, what I'm trying to ask you, do each of you need time? Or are y'all together?
We're all together.
Okay, got it.
Yes, sir.
I oppose it. We own all the property on the east side of this closure. There's 3 lots right there. And we oppose the closure to affect the property value. Us getting to these 2 back lots, it would shut us off. And I've talked to Albert Drew. He got the property on the west side in the corner. I've got an email from him saying he opposes it also. We talked to Mr. Forbes at the end. I didn't get an email from him, but I got verbal confirmation from him on the telephone that he doesn't agree with it. It'll affect his property values because it'll limit access to his property. But my understanding, one of us says, no, it's not gonna happen. But I do own all the property on the east side of that road right there. There's 3 lots. It wouldn't affect my property. If he closes it, put the gate on it.
2 of those would be landlocked.
I see. Okay, anybody else? Is there any, are y'all here for this?
With the,
You're with them. Is there anybody here that wants to close this road that would like to speak? Okay. Well, that being the case, we will go ahead and close the public hearing side of this. And does the commission want to take any action on this item?
No action.
No action. Just not going to close it. We don't have to do it. We'll do it. Okay, we'll leave it open. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all very much.
Y'all have a great day.
Yes. We good to go?
Yeah, I'll be doing it in a little while.
Now,
Yes, sir.
now the understanding was being we did close it, y'all will go ahead and maintain it yourself. Don't
Right.
worry about it.
We're gonna.
Bob can't take care of that.
That's right, right there.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Well, have a good day.
Appreciate you listening.
Okay, no action on that then. Let's go up to item number 20. And that's going to be discussing or approve submitted invoices from LCDC, Goodman Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical Appliance, installed a 5-ton water source heat pump. And they sent us a bill for $6,100.
Did they get any other bids on that, or is it?
They did, they got several bids in. One of the things that I've asked them to do in the future is to send the bids to my office. I'd like to look at them ahead of time, not that I just trust anybody, but I just want to make sure that, so from now on, I think they're sending all the bids. They're asking for bids, and then the bids are coming to my office, and if we need to, we'll send them to y'all. But right now, we do have $6,100 for, and the air conditioning is an item that was under the emergency side that we really don't have a say in. So, how do y'all feel about paying that bill?
So, money, they good money in there, condition.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right. Item number 21 is discuss and approve a new revenue source acceptance for the Center for Texas Civic Life grant for election co-relief acts related thereto for the accomplishments thereof. This is a grant that we got, Jennifer's not here. This is a grant that we got for $18,000 that Jennifer applied for. And basically what we're doing is we're just approving it, we get that money in. It was COVID relief monies. We have other monies that we're getting from COVID relief. This is strictly for the election side of the house. And so that being the case, I need y'all to approve the acceptance of that $18,000.
So moved.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right, we got a couple of budget transfers, so let's see which one first we do. The first one is going to be a budget transfer 486. This is from all the departments. Natasha, I'm going to let you go ahead and explain. This is something we do every year. So
Yes.
explain to us what you've done with this money, how much of, as you can see, how much it is and where we moved it, but I'll go ahead and let you talk about it.
It's just to close out last year's budget, any overages that we had in any of the lines, just to kind of clean it up for the end of the year. And this is something that we do every year, usually around November, we wait till all the bills have completely been posted, so that's what this is.
I move we approve, budget transfer 486.
So, motion and a second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Let's go now to item number 25, and that's going to be another budget transfer request. This one is going to be something that I'm going to take full credit for the mistake, but, and I've also thought of another way that we can find this money. We're doing contingency, and then we can eventually get money from another place and put it over in contingency if they like to keep that. But what happened is that y'all may not remember, we got what was called a grant for the senior citizen. When I was asked about it, I just said, yes, we'll keep the grant at $50,000. I thought that was money we were going to get, and that's not what the grant was. The grant is what we're giving to the senior citizens, which we wanted to increase that this year at the request of Commissioner Barber, and also to be sure that we were getting the seniors fed during this, especially during the COVID relief time. So what happened was we come up $25,000 short in our budget for the senior citizens project. I asked this to be on the agenda to see if we would like to take this money out of contingencies and put it over in there so that we can get them the money that we kind of agreed to in the budget. That being said, I wanted to find out from the auditor's office how much money we would have from LCDC on the amount of money that we're collecting each month, which is about $15,000. However, that's going to only be for after we pay our bills, which are we just got $6,000. But if we could get that money over the next 2 or 3 months out of LCDC, I'd like to put that money, take it from there and put it over back in contingencies. Yeah, that's something we can certainly do. So if you don't mind, give us a report each month where we stand on the $15,000 that we're collecting in revenue Once upon a time, when we were collecting big money, we said, well, we'll buy some sheriff's vehicles and everything. But right now, I'd like to refund or replenish that, contingency line item, in the near future. So if you don't mind, the next meeting, let us know how much we brought in. We know that October, and I guess November will be here pretty soon.
November should be here pretty soon.
And then December, so that could be as much as 45,000 minus what we've actually spent this year, which I know is gonna be 6,000 right now. So we could be enough by the end of December or the December, the third week, or the second meeting in December, we might have enough to replenish that contingency. Okay? Right now, I need to know if y'all would like to transfer that 25,000 over to the senior citizen.
So moved.
Have a motion and a second, any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next item is going to be the adjournment,
So
so
move.
got a motion. And a second.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Thank you very much.
Oh, good job, you know?